Speech off.
This is candidate for Nebraska City Mayor, Timothy Morgan, and I am out here at Steinhardt Park in Nebraska City, Nebraska, and I had my wife ask me an interesting question last night, so I thought that we would come out and to the park where she asked the question about, and I'll answer. So, what is your question?
My question is, when you become mayor, dear, how are you going to get people to slow down driving in and out of the park?
Is that it?
No, that's not the whole question. The whole question is because people should know that children like to play at the park. And we don't want any children to get hit because of fast-moving drivers through the park, in and out of the park.
Okay. Any more?
Well, I'd just like to say that if any kids were to get hit here at the park, it would break my heart.
Okay. Well, a lot of the speeding, I think the speed bumps are inviting to kids. They like to hit them as hard as they can. I think the speed bumps are a good idea, but yet I think and if you compare it to Wildwood, there is no speed bumps over there. And I don't see any racing or speeding through there. So my idea would be maybe put like a police car over by the bathrooms, like after school, and beef up the patrol through the park. And my other idea is like, where they have the traffic cams where they take a picture. So if you run the red light,
Yeah.
it takes a picture of the car and the plate, and then they get a ticket.
Yeah.
So, but right now the park is set up. It's supposed to be one way. Oh, it's two ways up to the pedestrian bridge, and then it goes to one way. I think if they would go one way from the beginning, but they also need to put up children at play signs, and like I said, the cameras patrolling. And I think the cameras would also help if there's vandalism out here.
Yeah.
They could view it. But we also got the problem too, where people come in backwards it's supposed to go north, you come around and exit the south, on the south side. But people come in the south and come around, probably to get to the pond. It's shorter, but I think it needs to be made one way, and maybe just have, it's like we used to have the metal gates that when the park was closed, they would put the metal fence across.
Yeah.
So take that metal and run a couple of them around, so it forces it into one lane.
Okay.
Right clear up to the pool. But kids are going to be kids, and they get a new car, they want to check out, oh, I have the power, they don't care. But if
Yeah, but don't they stop and think that there are little kids who like to play at the park?
I don't think so. It's on their mind, they just want to see what their car can do. So,
but it sounds to me like they don't care about little kids, and if they get hit.
I don't think individuals, I don't know. They're teenagers, they're out of high school. But I've also noticed at the park, there's no crosswalk by the parking lot to go to the playground, or there's no crosswalk to go from the pool to the playground. So I think there needs to be a designated, what do you call it? They need to put a crosswalk in there. And then the other thing is, all the way around they're putting sidewalk in from the bridge at the entrance of Steinhardt to the gazebo that they just built, and then you're supposed to go to the pool side and then come over where the bathrooms are there, and then it goes into a rock parking lot, and then you get on the sidewalk, then you're taking and you have to get out on the road a little bit to go around the pole, a parking barrier, and then it comes back in, and the sidewalk goes past the ball diamonds, and then it goes across you have to cross the street, and then it goes past the parking lot, and then it goes all the way to the highway, if I remember right, where it goes back into towards Fourth Corso. But over here on the south side, when they got shelter over here,
yeah,
right, there is no sidewalk that goes from the Fourth Corso turn off to the rest of the park. Not even there's no sidewalk from the pond to the ball diamond.
But there should be sidewalks going to these places.
Right.
For people's safety.
That's one of my concerns, and I think that should be put into place.
Not just for kids, but for adults too.
Well, people come out here and walk.
I know, people like to come out here and walk.
So once you get off halfway through the park, there is no sidewalk. And it's not safe. I mean, you're going right back on the road, and if you got people come after school speeding through,
yeah, exactly,
you're on the road.
But you should be on the sidewalk. There should be sidewalks.
Right. So I think, first of all, we need to put a sidewalk all the way around. And
Exactly.
then we need to put maybe cameras around. And then that would help out with the, what do you call it? The vandalism, the speeders going backwards. And I know it takes money.
Well, I know it takes money too to put sidewalks in, but
My idea is it may take money, but what takes more money? To bury a person or to put a sidewalk in?
Well, to bury a person would take more money
Exactly.
than to just put sidewalks in for the safety of others.
So, in my eyes, people are more important than the safety of the community. It's much more, and visitors, more important than the drivers.
Yes.
So you and I've walked through the park,
Yeah.
and we had to step off to the side
Yeah.
so the cars could go by, and they don't care.
I know. People to me are more important than money.
And then, like, Wildwood has no sidewalk going through it at all. So, but like the camera idea, put one at the entrance, put one like at the gazebo over here by the pond, and probably the bathroom and the exit. That was what my plan would be.
Okay.
And then I know the patrol, and then have them go through. But I think the speed bumps are just an invite.
So if they take the speed bumps out, there may or may not be less speeding here at the park?
Maybe. I don't make promises. But that'll be the goal.
Okay.
But like kids, they got new cars, they gotta check it out.
Well, that's fine, but not at the park where there are little kids.
We're not at the risk of other kids.
Yeah, not at the risk of little kids. You don't check a car out there.
So, and then I know we also talked about the park around Christmas time. It'd be really pretty to do, because all the tree line through Steinhardt is, the bigger towns have tree of lights, the trails, decorate the trees at the park, lights,
Right.
and charge admission to go through.
Yeah.
Speaking of vehicles, but if, like at the park, for instance, going back to that safety issue, if we'd make it one way, there's 2 lanes over by the playground. So if you put it down to 1 lane, then the parents could pull their vehicle over and let their kids out or pick them up on that side.
Yeah.
And then go and park their car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, just so the kids are safe playing here at the park.
I know there's so much in the budget, but I think we get the right people, the right bids, and I think we can do it.
I think so too.
It's not, I think we can do it. I'm pretty sure we can do it. Let people, donations. They're building this sidewalk and this gazebo over here because somebody donated the funds.
Yeah.
So then the other thing I'm thinking is having, okay, we got park and recreation staff on all the time to drive through or these different parks. Encourage them to take the plate numbers and call it in. The staff. Or even our general public.
Okay.
Like if the general public sees somebody speeding through.
Yeah.
Call it in, and so that people can, because if the police don't know about it,
they can't do anything about it.
Right. That's my opinion. So I encourage the general public to help out.
Yeah.
If you see mischief going on in the park, vandalism, call.
Yes, call it in.
So, anything else?
Well, I'd like to do what we discussed somehow. Around Christmas time, have the trees in the park decorated with Christmas lights.
True.
So that the people who come through the park can see the Christmas lights.
Do a donation thing?
Yeah. I know it would take a lot of Christmas lights to fill the trees in the park, but I'm sure people would enjoy it.
And then what? Our New Year's have a, what do you call it? Firework, have a New Year's firework display.
Yeah, that would be cool. So a New Year's fireworks display.
Besides the 4th of July.
Yeah. That would be cool too. And have Christmas lights, like I said, decorating all the trees in the park.
Right. Okay.
Because that, I feel, would make people happy going through the park. It would bring enjoyment to people.
Well, and I look at it this way. We have people paying taxes for sales tax, property tax, and it's supposed to be going for the parks, the roads, the upkeep. And I understand some of it's going towards the roads, but it's going to the payroll of the park and recreation and the cemetery board and all them, right?
Right.
But we need to get out and so the taxpayers can see how their money's being used. And I think they need to see improvements of our parks.
Yeah, I think so too.
And if we improve the safety of the parks,
people are going to want to walk through the park.
but there's another thing that you can have sidewalks, but you need them clear.
Exactly.
Branch free, crack free.
Yeah. You need to have them totally flat. No bumps on the sidewalk whatsoever. Totally flat sidewalks. For the safety of everybody.
Well, but there's a couple places here at the park that upset me so much, and I wish the city would do something. And I know we have reported it, but they drive their equipment on it and they put mud on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And it's like slick.
I know.
It's not safe.
I hate that. That's not safe for anybody.
So to me, if you're going to drive, have equipment, don't drive it on the sidewalk.
Exactly.
Take it out on the highway, drive it in. And the other one that's bugging me is up on 22nd? It dumps out into Central Avenue.
Yeah, it's on 22nd.
Well, one of my goals is to study it, have somebody study it, and have a sidewalk go so it goes straight across from Central.
Yeah, that's where it should be, straight across.
22nd, go across 22nd. It's not stopping right there. I know there's a tree there. We just have to have somebody study it. So, okay. Just thought I'd ask you have you ask me this question.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Well, I just want to improve this park. Well, not just this park, but the other parks too, if they need improvement here in Nebraska City.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for the kids' safety, but for adults too.
Gotcha.
And the middle-aged people.
So we just need to improve it. I think there's another place you'd like to have a sidewalk.
Where?
Is it the Girl Scout cabin where we had our anniversary?
Yeah, I'd like to have a sidewalk there too.
Go
that goes to and from the cabin.
Right. And what I'd like to do is make that rentable for people.
Yeah.
It is rentable. But right now the chamber's using it for Santa Claus, but it's only used once a year.
Yeah.
Where we have a beautiful stone cabin.
I know.
There's no bathrooms there, but a lot of people don't even know you can rent it.
I know.
That's part of the park. Utilize it.
Well, you and I didn't know we could rent it, dear, until we rented it for our 25th
You remember how much it cost?
anniversary.
What did it cost?
I'm not sure if I remember.
Was it $25?
I'm thinking so.
And a $25 deposit.
Yeah.
And you got the key.
That's not bad for a cabin like that.
And you can rent the shelter. If people rent shelters.
Yeah.
So people are, what I'm trying to do is let taxpayers' money go to good use.
Yeah. So am I.
And then make it the park safe. And then you also got, and the other thing I want to do is work on making Nebraska City have affordable housing instead of this housing outside of town, which is, what they say, $350,000 to $380,000.
Yeah, for the rich people.
Wow.
The high-class people.
100 square foot housing.
Yeah.
So I want to make it so families can have affordable housing. I want and have it so they can afford to put their kids through swim, go to the pool.
Yeah.
If the kids want to participate in ball.
Yeah. Be able to participate in ball.
Right. So I want people to be able to afford it to live in Nebraska City.
Yeah, and stay permanently.
Right. So
that would be good.
It all comes together. All right. Is that it for now?
I think so. I think that that's pretty good for now.
Okay.
Unless there's anything you can think of.
I'm gonna scan the park real quick. It's dark, so I don't think we'll see anything. But that way, over that way is the pool. And straight across is the road that goes one way. And it comes around the ball fields, the gazebo that overlooks the water. What else? And then the road. And right about there is where the sidewalk stops. It's not over there.
Okay.
And then from that point there is no sidewalk.
Do you want me to get in the car there?
All the way that way to the exit. Okay. Be free to check me out on Facebook.
I think so.
At candidate for Nebraska City Mayor Timothy Morgan. Or if you're checking me out on YouTube at Tim Morgan at 2703.